Good morning. In less than an hour.
Steve, we did that last week.
Oh yeah, shit. Sorry.
This is horribly off topic. Episode number 102.
Why did he start the speech with "Good morning"?
Good morning, because it's the morning.
Sure.
Good morning. Good morning.
I hate.
It's great to stay up late. Good morning.
An ad,
good morning to you.
There's an ad for McDonald's coffee that was playing on.
I'm loving it
on Hulu. Like a couple of months ago, and it was this guy going, good morning, I got some Joe for all you schmoes.
That's
and
screwing up the song.
It made me hate the song, and that guy, and the guy that's like, I'm a flavored coffee guy. And it's like, hazelnut, no. Fuck.
I've got some hazelnut this morning for you.
If I drank coffee, like seeing that ad would make me not want to buy, because I've heard McDonald's iced coffees and whatnot.
I've heard if you drink coffee, then the idea of McDonald's serving coffee.
McDonald's apparently does not have bad coffee.
Really?
That's what I've heard.
How would our coffee drinking listeners feel about that statement? I
don't know. If they listen to this show and they drink coffee and they've been to McDonald's and had their coffee, tell me if you thought it was good or not, because I've heard that it's not bad.
It's not bad.
Probably not from you if you think it's shitty.
I don't know. I don't drink coffee, as we've discussed.
Yes. So you had this really old machine that you tried to make coffee with, and it tasted like shit.
Yeah, you know.
We went over it.
We can find the episode. We've been there. You can find that episode in the backlog. You got to listen to all of them.
Yeah, listen to all of them to figure out what.
You got to collect them all.
Yeah. Do you want to start right off the bat?
Sorry, we don't have to start there right there. But I feel like we maybe got some other loose ends to tie up.
I'm not drinking a mixed drink. I'm drinking cider on ice.
Cider on ice from a mason jar.
Yes.
Our ball jar.
I just got a hipster haircut, and I wasn't supposed to talk about it, but I am.
Hipster haircut, drinking alcohol from a mason jar.
Yep.
What else do you have to do to complete?
I'm going to go on my bicycle.
That's the missing piece. Now, if you had the new hipster haircut while drinking the from the mason jar while on your bicycle, is that like a hipster thing to do, or is that just you trying to get arrested? Can you get arrested for drinking on your bicycle?
You can get arrested for, not necessarily drinking whilst driving, but drinking... drinking alcohol and riding your bicycle. You can get a DUI, DWI. I don't know what the hell they're calling it nowadays.
Yeah, I don't know. Why did they change that? It's confusing.
Driving under the influence and then driving while intoxicated.
Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't. Under the influence, driving while intoxicated. Why the change?
I don't know which one they actually use now.
I don't know which one they use now either, but I know they switched. And I want to know why. Why can't they?
They took the DUI challenge. That's a good one.
We secretly switched their.
We secretly switched their acronym with another one. Let's see if they notice.
Oh.
Did that break you? Are you okay?
No. I was just thinking about how difficult it must have been for the cops when they did that.
Oh.
Dude. No, I've heard very. I don't want to talk too much about the terrible.
Okay, well,
stuff
I think we'd be doing the world. Well, not the world, but the dozen or so people that listen to our show regularly a disservice if we didn't talk about the current events that happen. Although not talking about it kind of makes the particular episode more evergreen. But
yes.
Well,
anyway,
but then they could be like, "Oh, that was a time and place," but wouldn't look back at it with any sort of nostalgia because of this bad event. It's like if we had done a podcast the week after 9/11 and been like, I hope everybody listens to this show.
I hope you all had a wonderful Tuesday the other day.
Yeah, because I remember Stern and Opie and Anthony, they were both in New York at the time, and they both did shows the day/night of 9/11.
Yeah.
Stern's show was happening when it happened.
Right.
And so people were just freaking out and just calling his show, trying to figure out where their loved ones were. And that's basically what he did for the rest of the show.
Yeah.
I think he actually went a little bit late. And then Opie and Anthony, I I think they were living on Long Island at the time, and they snuck on the Long Island Railroad because they weren't allowing anybody to go in the city.
Yeah.
They like talked to the guys. They're like, we're going into the city or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, they did a show from Long Island because they couldn't get into. They found like an affiliate station on Long Island.
Yeah.
And did a show from there.
So the current events in this particular instance.
Although I don't know if any of that's true.
I'm just taking your word for it.
Well,
I'm not supposed to.
I took their word for it, and who knows? They alleged that they threw bra bombs at a television station that stopped playing their Real Rock TV television show.
They alleged that. Allegedly.
But they were in reality sitting in a van somewhere off Route 9. Getting local for
what you're saying is they're not the most trustworthy individuals on the on.
Well, at least they came forward, a dozen years later and said, we did not get a hot air balloon and fly it over like a Spanish language television station that stopped playing our raunchy whatever rock television show.
Yeah.
We did not fill braziers with water balloons and drop them on the building.
Although we should have.
I don't think they ever said that.
I don't think they ever said that either. So a couple of black men were killed in back to back one day after the other. What's
Good thing John Sterling wasn't announcing that.
What's the police related shooting? What's the dumb really sanitized officer related shooting? I don't know. It's just cops shot unarmed black men 2 days in a row, and it was either caught on film or the immediate aftermath was caught on film in both incidences.
Incidai.
And then then the next.
We need to get a ticker. That needs to be a drink whenever I pluralize something as something and I.
Yes.
Because I have done that on more than 12 occasions.
More than 12.
And I keep on saying 12. 12's the magic number today.
Less than 14. You've done it on 13. And then the next day, somebody took shots at cops during a peaceful protest.
More than took shots,
killed five.
Five,
yeah.
Like with a sniper rifle. Well, I'm assuming a sniper rifle.
Yeah, that's my understanding. And then that person or somebody involved in that was killed by a robot. I remember hearing.
What?
A robot, like a robotic thing carrying a bomb was what killed one of the people involved in that, is what I remember reading, but I don't know how much of that is true.
Okay, so we might have to have extreme amounts of corrections next week. Yeah,
we might have done more research.
Robots are not to blame for the...
Not guns certainly aren't.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so anyway, I had to stop reading because my anxiety has been bad the last few days, and it's been especially bad reading the news, and so that's why I've got probably details wrong there.
See,
the part that I remember that really struck me was the notion that this was the second of the black men that was killed was a registered gun owner. And he was trying to tell the officer that he had a gun in the car. He'd been pulled over for a taillight out or whatever it was. And he told the officer, I have a gun in the car. Can I show you the paperwork? And he didn't have the gun on him. He wasn't reaching for the gun. And then he reached to get the paperwork. Cop shot him 3 times in the arm, is my understanding. One of those must have gone through or something because he died from those. Well,
bullets don't typically stop unless they hit something extremely solid, like maybe bone or too many organs.
Right. So and then of course there's a kid in the back seat in that case, and the girlfriend, the mother of the child in the back seat, starts filming in the aftermath of what was going on, describing. The thing. And the video was on the internet. I did not watch the video. So again, I'm getting details wrong because at a certain point, I just couldn't do it.
I only know everything that I've heard, and most of it was just now.
Yeah.
I mean, Becky told me a little bit about those that you had spoken about earlier, but I am so far removed from any sort of news coming to me because, like, Facebook, we if you listen to one of the two, or like 1, 2, and 3 episodes, like the first 3 episodes of this show, you hear me just lose it on Facebook,
right?
And because, like, you get like shitty news, like, or like depressing news because they're doing like experiments to make you
to find out if what's working on you, what makes you stay on the site longer, what makes
you quit the site.
Well,
guess what, Facebook? What you were doing to me made me quit the site. So yeah, there was, but that, and so there, I don't get it there. I like when I'm on Twitter, it's like
Twitter all depends on who you follow.
Yeah, and I don't follow a terribly large amount of people. And when I do check it, like the time I used to check it was on the toilet. And that's Treasure Cruise time now.
So you're not seeing
I'm not seeing the frequency, and I don't watch television, like actual television. I'm not like flicking through the channels. Oh, Fox 25 News at 10. I got to watch it.
Well, my parents tend to have the TV on, and we all eat together downstairs in the living room, and in the dining room. And the living room TV is within sight of the dining room, and usually the TV has been on for the last couple of hours, and we're usually eating around 6. If we start eating a little bit late, our dinner runs right into the 6:30 newscast with Lester Holt, because we've always been an NBC family, so that's the station that's on. And
NBC is at 7 or is that
4? Way back. It was
it used to be 4.
Back it was 4. Now it's 7. Yeah, and now I've heard rumblings it's not going to be 7 anymore because of some problem with the station and NBC and not renewing. I don't know.
The affiliate in Boston?
Who
needs an affiliate in Boston? There's nobody watching television there.
Nope.
Motherfucking idiots.
At any rate, so it was on, I don't know if it must have been the night after the cop killings in Dallas, and I couldn't do it.
Did you change it?
I turned it off.
Oh.
Okay. I can't.
I'd rather watch whatever nonsense your girls are usually watching when I come over than the news.
Than the news, yeah. And it's not because I don't want to be involved. It's not because the news of the world doesn't upset me. It does upset me. It upsets me so much that I can't function. So
maybe you got a little higher than normal empathy chip.
Maybe.
In your robot brain.
That's what perils of being a writer, I suppose, is empathy is part of the job, or else how could you write about people other than yourself? And so, yeah.
Luckily, out of the two of us, I am much less empathetic and can hopefully put things into perspective.
Yeah. Going back a second, you're also better at, like, when you realized Facebook wasn't doing it for you, you left Facebook. And I can't bring myself to do it. And Facebook is...
Well, the thing is, like, you're using it for its intended purpose, right?
I mean, I'd like to think... This is what I
have another point about the news after you finish this point. Just so we don't forget about it.
I won't skip it. And something we'll get into later. Like, this is why I like Twitter versus Facebook. And why, even though I don't have as many conversations over on Twitter as I do on Facebook, I'll always love Twitter as my news source, because it's really easy for me to filter out the stuff that is bothering me or that is aggravating me, that is triggering for me, to use that dumb fucking word. It's easy on Twitter. On Facebook, there's one option. It's like a nuclear option. So if my family member is posting, as we alluded to last week, pictures of
I chose a better picture than you did.
You did.
For the show picture.
If my family member is posting Trump supporting pictures with Stone Cold Steve Austin on them, I either have to basically unsubscribe from that family member's feed altogether on Facebook.
You can't mute them or anything?
I can. Well, that's what unsubscribe ends up being. But then if they happen to have like a cute kid that they're taking pictures of, I don't see any pictures.
Oh darn.
Okay, in your case, oh darn.
I'm saying throw the baby out with the bashful bathwater, bashful water.
With the bash water. But I can't see just the stuff that I want to see from somebody and not the stuff that I don't want to see. So on Facebook, it's either I got to see everything, including their racist tweets, racist posts, or I got to see nothing. And maybe I shouldn't want to see pictures of their children who are probably going to grow up to be racists too.
You should just wait until you have your next family gathering. You'll see the
I'll see the cute kid then.
see the children in person, and you'll be like, okay, I got that. And if they're really worth remembering, like you'll have it up there in your brain. You don't need
my
photographs.
mental camera.
That's why I never take pictures, because if anything is worth remembering, I'll remember it in my brain head.
What was it about the news that you wanted to say?
I remember back, maybe I don't know if you felt this way when you were younger, but like that watching the news when we were kids was like something that was like sophisticated to watch the news or to read the newspaper.
Something that smarter people did, older people did. What do you mean by
I think
sophisticated?
I don't know. That's how I felt when I was younger, like when I was a little kid. That watching the news was something that sophisticates did.
Yeah,
and I don't know if that's like like wealthy people or just people that were more intelligent or whatever. Yeah. But I that's how I felt back then. But now I don't feel that way anymore.
No,
like very far from it, because like. I mean, maybe it's CNN and the 24-hour news cycle that destroyed the news, that turned it into what it is now.
Yeah.
Like, if you watch fucking Network, you'll be like, wow, did they fucking hit the nail on the head with that one?
Yeah. I would imagine that is a big part of it, because CNN spawns Fox News and MSNBC, and the three of them just seem to exist to just make everything either last only 24 hours or make things that should last 10 minutes last 24 hours. Like things that should be a topic of conversation for days upon days upon days, like the killing of an unarmed black man, right? Because of the 24-hour news cycle, when the next morning or the next evening cops get shot in Dallas, we're not talking about
the one guy getting shot. We're talking about the 5 people being shot.
Right. And I don't know. Is that better? Is that worse? I don't know.
I definitely think it's worse. It's definitely worse. Because like if it was the old days, you'd be talking about both still.
Yeah.
Because there would. How loud was that?
That was pretty loud.
I was like, I saw it, I felt it coming, and I was just like, I don't know what to do.
You're trying to finish your sentence, finish your thought before you sneeze. But
what the fuck was I going to say? That sneeze fucking shot the thought right out of my head.
Blew your thoughts right out your nose. You were talking about the 24-hour news cycle versus the current news cycle, and about how we would have still been talking about both the cop killings and the black men being murdered.
Yeah, back in the day.
Back in the day, yeah.
I know I had another point, but I completely lost it.
Went out your nose.
Motherfucker.
Hope it didn't go into your beer.
Maybe
it might be on the grill of the snowball. Yeah, so it's... Oh, God. I don't know. And we started off... I'm trying to remember what the original, beginning of this parenthetical was. We started off, we're like, we don't want to talk about it. Here we're talking about it.
And then next week, we're not going to talk about it, so we're just as bad as I keep on calling myself on all the hypocrisy that I spew out.
Yeah. Well, I think we're a little different because this isn't the main topic. We are not.
We typically try to.
We're not a news program.
No.
Right. When these things come up, it's because we've been thinking about them, and now they're so bubbling. Like when Trump comes up now, I feel it's because it's been bubbling to the surface. I've been thinking about Trump every week, and I'm like, you know what? That's not what our show is about. I don't need to talk about it again. And then something will happen, and I'll just
God damn it, Trump and his fucking stupid fucking head,
his fucking anti-Semitic bullshit this week. But
I didn't hear about that. Well, you're my Robin here.
Oh my goodness, that's a really that's a sad thing when I'm somebody's source of news. He put out it looked like a magazine cover. Hillary was on it, and I don't remember what the exact phrase was, but in a star that was shaped like the Star of David, some sort of thing about how Hillary was evil. Somebody pointed out to him on social or to whoever is managing his social media accounts that what he had done was anti-Semitic, and they changed very badly the Star of David into a circle. He then followed up with some comment about a cover of a Frozen, like the Disney musical, Disney movie that is some sort of Frozen
taking the world by
merchandise.
storm, I hear.
Yeah. He had some. He's like, how come nobody gave Disney crap about this? And it was a star in the shape of a Star of David on the cover of a Disney Frozen piece of merchandise.
How about they didn't give Disney any pieces of shit about the dick that was on the cover of the Little Mermaid VHS?
No, nobody gave him. Well, social media didn't exist then.
I know.
Imagine what would have happened if it had. No, but and then
because like those actually, if what would happen if there was social media back in 1980,
89 was that one.
I
imagine the VHS was a little bit later,
maybe
but...
like 1990. Let's just say.
Yeah.
Like if there was social media, if you had a copy of the one with the dick, you'd have you'd be like holding onto the Holy Grail.
Yeah, not the dick, not
the Holy Grail dick.
Holding on to the holy dick. So in response, Hillary's social media intern or whoever it was posted back through Hillary's account, do you want to build a straw man? Which was funny.
A wicker man?
But yeah, no, he got a little anti-Semitic this week. And then I favorited this tweet so I could refer to it.
Was it a Trump tweet?
It was no. Somebody pointed out it was an article from.
Do you want our Wi-Fi?
No.
That'll probably help.
That probably would help. Where was?
I'm not giving you the Wi-Fi password over the show.
Oh, okay. A Vanity Fair piece from 20 years ago, which read in part, Donald Trump appears to take aspects of his German background seriously. John Walter works for the Trump Organization, and when he visits Donald in his office, Ivana told a friend, he clicks his heels and says, Heil Hitler, possibly as a family joke. Last April, perhaps in a surge of Czech nationalism, Ivana Trump told her lawyer, Michael Kennedy, that from time to time her husband reads a book of Hitler's collected speeches, My New Order, which he keeps in a cabinet by his bed. Kennedy now guards a copy of My New Order in a closet at his office as if it were a grenade. Hitler's speeches from his earliest days through the phony war of 1939 reveal his extraordinary ability as master propagandist.
This is a really long tweet.
No, well, this is the thing.
Oh.
So this is reporting from Vanity Fair from 20 years ago. Did your cousin John give you the Hitler speeches? I asked Trump. Trump hesitated. Who told you that? I don't remember, I said. Actually, it was my friend Marty Davis from Paramount who gave me a copy of Mein Kampf, and he's a Jew. Parenthetical. I did give him a book about Hitler, Marty Davis said, but it was My New Order, Hitler's speeches, not Mein Kampf. I thought he would find it interesting. I am his friend, but I'm not Jewish. Later, Trump returned to the subject. If I had these speeches, and I'm not saying that I do, I would never read them. It's 20 years ago.
He read them.
He had a fondness for Hitler. It's
well, he understands.
Holy shit.
No, but it's fine. It's fine. Everything's great.
Everything's great.
He's a great person, a great leader. He'll lead our country to be one of the best Trump steaks that could ever exist in Trump University.
I look forward to eating it.
We will be eating it.
We will be eating it. Oh, in the which concentration camp will you be placed into? I mean,
I'm very Caucasian. Like, so are you.
Yeah.
We'll be
well,
fine.
I know, but I don't know. Would I be put into the Catholic concentration camp? I mean, I'm mostly WASP. but I got a little bit of Catholic in me.
No, but
You know,
like-
I shouldn't even say I'm mostly WASP. I'm like a quarter WASP.
You're not a Protestant.
I am descended from WASPs, from Puritans.
All right, so you're good.
Quarter of me.
So
The
am
other
I.
3/4 are Catholics.
All right, well, you aren't a Catholic though. How far do they go back?
Hey, listen.
when
have
they
you
put you
seen
in a
Harry Potter and then the
Prisoner of
the Deathly
Azkaban?
Hallows?
No.
Right, where they do
Yes.
the blood tests and like
make
all
sure
you have
you're
to do
not-
is kind of
you're-
be a fucking half blood, and you're going to Wizard Auschwitz, like that shit. They're pretty serious about that.
What?
And so Trump, I'm saying, like, he could be like, you know what? We don't trust the Catholics. Goodbye.
We're gonna have to start like a resistance movement,
Yeah.
like of folks that aren't in camps to try to break people out of camps.
Yeah, I mean, Bernie looks a little bit like Dumbledore, right? So it'd be like
We'll
Bernie's
follow
army.
Bernie. And
Bernie's
we'll,
army.
We'll go up to Vermont. It's not that far of a drive.
Sanders Moore's army. Yeah. My dad went to Vermont the other day with
Why?
my
To get
uncle.
some heady toppa.
Yes. Good guess. My uncle had told him about like you had to go to Burlington and they only released so much. I think it was Heady Topper. I'm pretty sure
It is heady
it's Heady
topper.
Topper.
There's no way it's not.
Yeah, so they went up to is it the brewery or is it a particular liquor store?
No,
I don't know.
they say it's only released in cans, as far
Yeah.
as I can tell. Did he actually get some?
Yes.
Okay.
Although they apparently there's like a couple different places you can get it, and the main place there were only 6 people there, something like 6 people. Let's say 6. And he's like, "Oh, let's go check out the other place. We can get back here. We'll be fine." Because the last time I was here, the first 12 people got a case. So they went to another.
He wanted a
place.
case. I thought he was just going to try to get a couple.
No. They were
I've
all-
had the heady topper, and it ruined me on hops for a while.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just starting to get back to being okay with
hops.
drinking hops again.
Interesting.
It's too fucking hoppy.
Okay. They went around to another place down the road, but they were only going to be able to sell small amounts. When they got back, they were still like the 7th in line or whatever. And guess what? Only the first 6 got a full case.
Did they get? So they got a couple, but they
Yeah.
didn't get a whole case.
Well, no, they got a half case each, I think.
Okay.
He came back with a lot of fucking beer, and he was trying to get me sold on the beer. I
don't think you would like it at all.
No, there were a half dozen.
And I'm a beer person, and I didn't like it much.
Hidden in the fridge that I've been picking away at the last couple days.
What have you been picking? I missed that part.
Mike's Hard Lemonades that somebody
Oh my
left,
God, you with
left
that.
from the 4th of July.
When we had our American Pie party, and you drank fucking the Deadpool
yes,
version
that's
of.
right.
God damn.
One of them was Deadpool. The other one was just a regular Mike's.
How is your stomach still around? Well, actually, how is my stomach still around with the amount of hot sauce I consume on a daily basis?
I don't drink hot sauce.
I don't drink it, but I put it on everything.
I don't. Oh yeah, I don't.
You know
I
that
don't,
ad where the old lady puts that shit on everything? That's me. Although I'm not an old lady.
Is old lady shit tasty?
What?
So have we talked enough about current events, which we weren't going to talk about?
Well, the next current event is less bad.
Less bad, yes, indeed. I mentioned.
Although it has made bad things come to light.
I mentioned earlier that I found I like Twitter as opposed to Facebook because when something is aggravating me, it's very easy for me to mute either that hashtag or that word or that whatever and not mute everybody in my feed who's talking about it. So the other day, I started seeing the word Pokemon a lot again, which just as a word makes me kind of want to vomit. Saying it right now makes me nauseous. And
I don't understand why you have such a visceral reaction to Pokemon.
Oh my god, it's like just the notion of it just seems really dumb. Like that. Just the idea of people wasting so much of their precious lives on,
As opposed to doing what, Chris?
as opposed to working hard like a good Puritan.
Continue.
At any rate, so Twitter makes it really, really easy for me to mute Pokemon or Pokey Things, I think was some and then eventually I noticed that the people who really care about it were putting the accent over the E, so I just muted anything with the P-O-K-E and then like
Do you have to hold
with
the E down to do
Yep.
that?
but I am committed to never seeing this shit in my fucking feed. And so
You should get it and then play the fucking game. I want you to fucking do it. This is not Treasure Cruise. You don't have to have like impeccable timing on pushing a button. Yeah, although you do have to throw a Pokeball.
You have to somehow
with a flick of your finger. Can you do that?
Interested in little fucking animal creatures.
Yes.
Like, I don't care.
But you like going on walks, right?
I do like going on walks.
Going on walks, and then if you stumble upon a Magikarp while you're walking down the street, and be like, oh, well, I only need to catch another 98 more of these, and I can evolve it into a Gyarados. You know, why not?
Okay, so we got to step back. I mean, so where does my hatred of Pokemon come from? Pokemon seemed to me well,
it came out when you were in college.
As a Pinko Kami bastard, Pokemon seemed to me to be the trading card company's way of capitalizing on what they saw happening with Magic the Gathering. They're like, we need to hook little kids on this bullshit. And so we're going to come up with something with little cute.
The same
little
company
animals.
owns both. So
exactly. That's what I'm saying. And I thought it was a heinous way. I had cousins who were like right in the Target demo, and I'm like, fucking hell. Like, they're eating this shit up. And
I still had their Pokemon cards. They'd probably be worth some money now.
And so like it just from I went off to my Pinko Kami college, and I was like, oh, fucking capitalist bullshit. And I just was like, fuck Pokemon, fuck it up its stupid ass with its fucking lightning bolt. Tear it off.
Here's the thing. Like, I never associate Pokemon with the fucking trading card game. Because, like, I played it on whatever Game Boy systems, etc.
Yeah.
And I still have it on my DS or my 3DS. I have Pokemon Y and I have Pokemon Omega Ruby.
Yeah. Is this a place where just that couple year age difference really makes the? I mean,
because I was like, I was just getting.
I hate fun.
It might be that too. I had just gotten out of high school and Pokemon hit, like, and so like it was just one of those things that was on. I would have been after school if I had decided to stay in college at the fucking time.
Yeah.
But it was just like, it was probably when I wandered out of bed and I'm like, ooh, Pokemon's on. I'll watch that because it was like, I'm like, I'm an anime fan. You are not quite as much.
No.
So this was technically an anime.
Right.
And it was on television for everybody to see. And I'm like, oh, that's great. I like that. I'll support that.
Yeah.
I'll watch it. And I'm like, okay, I'm into this. And I bought the fucking game, and so did your brother, and he and I traded Pokemon.
Yeah.
And it was fun.
Yeah.
And I did it again.
You didn't do the trading cards. You did like the
game on
the.
I mean, it caused a lot of my life to be put in front of a Game Boy cartridge.
That's all right. There are worse ways to put your. I literally spent the end part of it. So this is relevant to the Pokemon story. Yesterday, I mentioned earlier, my anxiety's been pretty bad, and
so if you're just catching Magikarp, I mean, it'd be a lot better.
Yesterday, I woke up and we had done our sort of family activity, which maybe we'll talk about, maybe not. I don't think so. We had gone to the Boston Harbor Islands the day before. We've been getting our kids out of the house at least once a week, and so we'd done our family activity. It was kind of rainy. I knew that my dad wanted me to help him mow the lawn, but other than that, I didn't have any structure to my day, and I could have read, I could have done a bunch of different things, but I don't know. I was flipping out, and so I got to a point where I was so just stressed out that I went out for a walk. And
like, okay, so you went to the hardware store or Sears Home Goods and bought a wok?
No.
Sometimes I make jokes and they're terrible and no one should laugh at them.
Waka waka waka. No. So I decided to go out for a walk and because I was so stressed out. And that's when I open up my phone and I see that everybody is talking about Pokemon.
Yeah, because 3 days ago is when the app dropped.
Yes. And so I very quickly on Twitter, I'm like, I don't want to see anything to do with this. You
can get like a little wristband next month, and it can help you play the game. So basically, if you get a buzz,
how much does that cost
in your
you?
phone? I don't know.
making the money, hand over fist.
It's not what we're doing this podcast.
Invisible fucking creatures.
They're not invisible anymore. You can catch them in reality. There was something Becky showed me earlier. That was like somebody was walking their dog, and
there was a Pokemon on their dog.
Yeah, like because like you know,
hitching a ride.
No. There was like a Zubat attack. He said, "There's a Zubat attacking my dog, so I needed to catch it to save him." And I'm like, Pokemon Go is going to end my marriage. Something along those lines.
So I start. I'm on the walk, and I start muting everything to do with Pokemon there, and then I go over to Facebook. And I'm like, how the hell do I not see stuff about Pokemon? You know, as I said, you can unsubscribe from somebody. You can, up in the top right-hand corner, click something that says show fewer posts like this. But you got to do that a ton before the algorithm realizes it's Pokemon that I don't want to see and anything else. So I post something on Facebook that I'm like, is there any way to just... Because maybe the collective Facebook unconsciousness can tell me. Is there any way to just get rid of this stuff? Because it's aggravating me. It is. I'm making.
I think I want you to do a complete 180 on Pokemon. I want you to fucking play this fucking game.
I understand. Yes, I understand.
Give it a shot.
Okay, but you got to hear the rest of the story.
Okay.
So I am in the process of Facebooking back and forth with people about how to get rid of this. I have a friend who said, it's really cute. He and his 6-year-old went out and went around the block and were loving it and were just finding all sorts of cool stuff. I had another friend who said it's the first time her child had been outside all summer. Was because of Pokemon Go. And then so I'm backpedaling a little bit and talking with my friends is making me calm down, and I'm on a walk, which is making me calm down. So I'm like, all right, cool. This is chill. I'm fine. Coming down the opposite side of the path.
You crashed into somebody that was looking for Pokemon.
Well, not quite. There are 3 kids, and before they reach me, I start smelling the overwhelming smell of pot.
Oh, nice.
It is preceding them. It's like,
how is the odor?
Oh, I don't know.
Past them.
I think maybe there was this strong wind blowing in from behind. So I smell the pot before I see the kids, and they see me fiddling with my phone.
They're like,
and one of them is like, "Hey, are you playing Pokemon Go?"
I saw a guy walking in a similar path to me today when I was walking around, and I'm like, that guy's totally playing Pokemon Go. I'm like he's a slightly overweight nerdy guy with a beard.
Yeah,
looks similar to me. That guy is playing Pokemon Go. He just passed one of the little areas you can check in and get Pokeballs and potions and whatnot without actually having to pay money. Which is now I'm gonna walk so much more now because I'm like I need to
find Pokemon.
I've got to try to find a nice loop in the neighborhood so I can get as many Pokeballs as possible without having to level up.
So I say no. No, I'm not. And they're like, you need to get on. I don't know. They're like, you need to get on that, man. It's awesome.
Listen, Gramps.
But they asked me. I mean, so maybe I didn't look so old that it was outside of the realm of possibility.
It's people I think the people that are playing it the most. There may be but the thing is people are saying I'm going out with my kid and doing this.
Yeah,
it's because Pokemon was on their radar,
right?
When they were growing up or whatever. I mean, because I'm friends with people that are younger than me, and then that Pokemon was more relevant to them. I think because whatever. But I got the bug.
Yeah,
I got the bug regardless. And I was like 19 or 18, 19, something like that when it came out.
Yeah, that's why I think when we joked earlier, is it just the 2-year age difference, or is it that I don't like fun? It's probably a little bit of both.
Yeah.
And my personality is not suited to this kind of thing.
But this is exercise and fun.
I get that. So what I thought was interesting is in the aftermath, and I'll try to find, in case you guys out there listening have not read any of these, I'll try to find these for the show notes. A kid playing Pokemon Go stumbled across a dead body. A kid playing Pokemon Go while driving was responsible for a major accident. And this one I saw, and I hope I can find it because I didn't bookmark it. There was, relating to our previous topic, a I don't know if the initial person walking around was.
Guess what I just did?
I tried to make it even smoother that time. I was like not laughing. I was trying to totally cover for you. This one I didn't bookmark, but and so I'm probably going to get one of the details wrong. But this tying into our previous subject, I can't remember if the person initially walking was the black man or if the person they encountered was the black man, and they were saying that. Let's say it was a white dude walking around. Whatever the case, like one person was saying, "Oh, it's kind of people are going to think I'm a little weird walking around my apartment complex, looking for Pokemon." And I might be conflating a couple of different stories here. And there's a black man who's talking basically the same kind of story, saying like, "Yeah, not only might people think it's kind of weird that I'm walking around looking for Pokemon, but they might shoot me." Like that's the world.
Can you bring it full circle then? I know you just did.
I did bring it full circle then, but only because I read that article and it really got me thinking about it. And so a friend of mine had linked, a former student of mine actually had linked this and said, "Hey, anybody out there who feels unsafe doing it, come with me and we'll go out and hunt Pokemon together."
But then he'll seem like a little gang of just like, I don't want to say thugs.
Well, in this case, it was a sort of short in stature white woman who was saying, if any of my friends,
she felt unsafe.
If any of her black friends out there felt unsafe, she would go hunting Pokemon with them.
Okay, so like the short in stature white person, but you run the risk of a cop. That's racism too, though.
Then you run the risk of a cop going, "Hey, is he bothering you?" I'm like, "No, we're hunting Pokemon together."
And then they'll be like, "Is that a new slang for drugs?"
Oh, that was the story. It was the white guy hanging out with the black guy going, and he was afraid that somebody would come up to them and wonder that if there was a drug deal going down because it was a white guy.
We were just trading Pokemon.
Jesus Christ!
Well, you actually can't trade Pokemon on Go yet, but apparently you will be able to.
In terms of like getting local for you, one of the greatest stories I saw coming out of the whole aftermath of Hoth? Of what?
Hoth?
Of Hoth? Yeah. No. Of the couple tragedies this week, and then we can get back to Pokemon, and you convincing me why I should play, was I
didn't do a good job with Treasure Cruise. I don't think I'm going to do a good job with this.
In Lawrence, Massachusetts, I think it was originally reported as Andover based on where the woman did her Facebook post, but they...
Was Mew there? Was someone trying to get a Mew? Oh, wait, no. We're not talking about Pokemon.
We're not talking about Pokemon. Black woman goes into a convenience store in Lawrence, Massachusetts.
What's the punchline?
It's not a punchline. It's a nice story. Black woman goes into a...
Why the long face? Oh, wait, that was a horse.
Black woman goes into a convenience... My ear is clogging up, so I got to keep taking the fucking...
do you want a
headphone off my ear?
Q-tip or like
no. You're not supposed to stick anything smaller than an elbow in your ear.
Do you need a neti pot? Or Novage? Have you seen the ads for that?
Can I tell the rest of this story? So black woman goes into a
buys a Novage because she's all clogged up in her ear.
Into a convenience store.
That's the joke.
In Lawrence, Massachusetts. And she's looking around. This is the day after the shooting in Dallas. So 2 days after these back-to-back shootings of unarmed black people, 1 day after, or just like hours after the shooting in Dallas, and she's looking around, and it's a white cop, and he says, "How are you doing?" She says, "I'm fine. How are you?" Like they kind of go back and forth and say, "How are you doing?" And one of them says, "I guess it's not an easy time to be either one of us," and they give each other a big hug.
Oh, that is nice.
And so that's just to say, like all of this fear and whatever. Like, yeah, but there are nice people in the world, and maybe there's hope for our country.
There are good. There probably are shit tons of great cops out there.
Yes,
and there are shit tons of great black people out there.
This is the point I saw raised, and I'm going to add a point to the end of it. You can be offended by unarmed black people being shot and be offended by cops being shot And you can like Pokemon. All those things are
With
possible.
both of them looking for Pokemon.
Oh God. No, I don't think they were looking for Pokemon.
I heard there was a Dratini in this convenience store.
All right, so like, so
They both
before-
caught it, and then they were like, "Let's give each other a hug. We're great. We're excellent trainers."
Before we started recording the show, though, in terms of you talking about Pokemon, you said that when you first open the app, it's kind of opaque, like it's not obvious what the hell you're supposed to do.
No, like the game tells you nothing.
You open an app. When you open the app, since you haven't convinced
Well, it took me
yet,
like 2 days to finally get on because like it exploded.
Oh, so you couldn't even like
I couldn't even do anything the first. Like in fact, I was waiting so I could log in with my Pokemon ID as opposed to going through Google, which I ended up doing.
Okay.
Because it was just like the Pokemon website just got destroyed.
Hammered.
Yeah. And
Shit
like
face.
they still have not recovered. So, like, what did this launch? Like 5 days ago at this point? It still has not recovered from. And so basically, you start the game and it's
Yeah.
like, oh, you could like normally in the first Pokemon game you could pick between like a Charmander, a Bulbasaur, or a Squirtle as
Okay.
your first Pokemon.
Okay.
And there, I actually read online that there's a way you could start with a Pikachu if you want.
Oh.
So basically, like in the Pokemon Go, you, instead of like because like there's some around you, you can just run away from where they are, and it'll just give you a Pikachu instead.
Oh, interesting. Pikachu's the only one that I have any. I mean, I think in the times we've talked about them, talked about Pokemon on the show. When you said Squirtle just now, that sounded familiar. But and some of the other ones, but Pikachu's pretty much the only one I know anything about.
Well, he's a little adorable little rodent.
He has a little lightning bolt for a tail, right?
Yeah, he's an electric rodent.
Electric rodent.
I'm surprised that like I mean. I was kind of hoping at this point we would have like the genetic engineering to make these
to make
creatures
Pikachu,
real. And then we wouldn't have to rely on an app. We could just actually the Poke company could sell Pokeballs to us, and then we could try to catch real Pokemon. Yeah, and fight them.
But in order to catch real Pokemon, they would have to let the Pokemon out into the wild. Right?
Yes.
So they would, and let me
we definitely don't want ghost Pokemon rolling around.
Now, if you kill a Pokemon and you roast it over a fire, is that GMO free?
No.
Okay.
No, not even close.
Because they just by their very nature they're genetically modified.
Right. Well, here's
organisms.
the trick. Like like we consider a dog and a cat and like other things pets, right?
Yes.
I think we would also consider Pokemon that you catch pets.
Okay.
So therefore, if you eat pets, I think that's wrong, right? At least in the eyes of an American.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it depends on whether or not they're all natural.
I mean, we'd make great pets, like if there was some sort of superior race.
I wish I remembered any of the other damn words on that.
We'd make great pets.
Is that Perry Farrell? Is that Porno for Pyros?
I think it was Porno for Pyros.
Or is it like his other band?
No, I think you're right.
Okay. All right.
I think you called it
Porno for Pyros, which was a great name for a band. I wish they'd made better songs.
Yeah, besides the one about the one that we just fucking said.
Yeah. They played at the Woodstock '94, as I recall.
Wow.
And a lot of people were like really excited about it.
Did you go to that?
No, but my dad and it was a big thing that weekend. My dad had the black box, so we could watch anything we wanted on pay-per-view.
Ow. Ow.
And we watched a lot of it. That was when I first fell in love with Nine Inch Nails, actually, was that weekend. And stole them from my brother because they were his first, but then I liked them. And
actually, it was probably Will first.
Well, in my house, it was John first.
My house in the middle of a
But Porno
street.
for Pyros played too, and everyone was excited about
The
them. But
Porno for Pyros.
Yeah, but
is that what
I
the band
was
is called,
more-
or is it Porno for Pyros?
Porno for Pyros.
I don't think it was the.
Yeah, just like it's not the Eagles, it's just Eagles.
I've had a rough night and I hate the fucking Eagles.
This is a valued rug. Really tied the room together.
We actually watched that the other night.
What the hell is my Oh yeah, did you see Civil War?
Yes.
Have I talked about this one yet? We probably talked about it when the trailer was out. When I hear Peter Parker in Civil War say, "You have a metal arm? That is awesome, dude." I can't help but think of
the dude.
Of the line, "Hey, that's your name, dude." Like, it feels to me that kid had just watched The Big Lebowski the night before he was asked to deliver the line, "You have a metal arm? That is awesome, dude." And I'm waiting for like whoever John Goodman is going to play in the Marvel Cinematic Universe to tell Peter or Spidey, you are totally out of line, Spidey. You don't know what you're talking about. Or
all right, we're gonna do a little Big Lebowski trivia right now.
Okay. Right. We still have email to get through.
Yeah, we do, but we can go a little long.
All right,
I don't fucking care. Okay, so in the film The Big Lebowski, how many times do we see the dude actually bowl?
Oh, none.
Yes, you're right.
Yeah,
he never actually bowls.
We never see him bowl.
All right. So, what is the dude's real first name?
Oh shit! Is it Jeffrey?
Yes.
Okay. All right. I was like, is it a trick question?
All right. Well, what fast food restaurant highlighted in the film?
In-N-Out.
Okay. Actually, well, I'll read the rest of the question.
Sorry.
Did John Goodman appear in a commercial for?
Oh, so I did not know that.
Okay, so this one I'm going to give you the choices here.
Okay.
How many times is the F word or a variation of it used in the film?
Oh, okay. I don't know. Do you have choices?
53, 97, 143, or 285?
143.
Incorrect. 285.
Oh, I almost said that.
I think it's in the top 5 of most F-bombs in a movie.
Yeah.
Which is what just blows my mind about the TV edit of
right,
the film.
which is I can't remember what the really funny.
This is what happens when you find a stranger in the Alps. But that's enough of that.
Oh.
I got to tell you, we were on our way up to a first a 1-year-old's birthday party yesterday.
Those are fun.
Oh no.
Yeah, they are. Come on, it's a cute little kid.
Just yelling.
They're just learning to walk.
We made it an hour and a half, which was like a half an hour longer than I thought I would.
Well, 90 minutes of a 1-year-old.
1-year-old birthday party, and it's just when we were on our way up, we got got cut off, and the guy that cut us off, had a goatee on his face.
Oh, is it Ben Affleck chasing Amy?
I watched that the other night. I wanted to see if it still held up.
Did it?
I wasn't enthralled. I wasn't as enthralled with it as I was when I think it was 97. So I was
97.
17 years old.
Yeah.
So like 17, I could understand the motivations because I was young and naive. But being a 36-year-old and watching the same characters and just being like, it just made it made me uncomfortable back then,
right? But
it made me uncomfortable now for different reasons.
Okay,
and I'm like, I don't know like what age these characters are supposed to be. I mean, if they're in their 20s, then I understand the mistakes that they're keep on making.
Yeah, but if they're a little bit older than that,
if they're like my age now, I'm like you guys don't have any sort of. Yeah. I don't understand why you're having even half of these conversations.
Right,
I'm like, dude, like whatever, fucking grow up.
I always read them as 20-somethings, but could be wrong.
Well, I mean that Kevin Smith was a 20-something at the time.
Right, yeah.
So it probably was.
Vader's beautiful black visage is sullied when he's revealed to be a feeble, crusty old white man.
What's a Nubian? So we're driving up.
Yes.
To the thing, and the guy with the goatee, we drive by him, And he cuts us off, and then we eventually go around him, and that's how I see that he has a goatee. And I go, I want to rip that goatee off your face and glue it to a brick.
I was about to take a drink, and I was like, maybe I should wait.
Glue it to a brick so I can shove it up your ass. Becky starts laughing a little bit, and then I go, it won't be all round and smooth like a dildo.
Oh.
And I'm like, and I think right after I said that, I go, oh, I wish I could remember to say that for the show.
So she wrote it.
She wrote it down for me because she's great.
Because she's great.
And
now you said it for the show.
Yeah. Because I would have forgotten otherwise.
I think a brick shaped or just even brick textured dildo would not be a pleasant experience.
No, any sort of like in the shape of a brick. If anybody is unfamiliar with what a brick looks like, you can look up online, type in brick, and then
she's a brick and I'm no
drowning slowly.
Yes.
I'm sorry to hear that, Chris.
Aww.
All right, so yeah, I mean the party was uneventful.
Yeah,
we went. You
got cut off on the way up or on the way back?
On the way up.
Okay, so was part of the reason you had to stay 90 minutes? You kind of need to like soak in the calm of a what? No,
but we got to play a little pinball, so that was good. But later
after the 1-year-olds.
Yes,
party. Pretty cool.
Yeah, it's way cool.
Way cool.
I'm a big fan of pinball. You know me.
I'm
down with OPP.
Are you down with
I think that's other people's pinball.
I guess. You down with OCP?
ICP.
I
remember. I don't know. I don't know if this is a tender subject. But there was a time where one of your cousins was dating a juggalo. Is that still a thing?
I don't remember.
I remember very distinctly. He came into your home or your parents' home wearing an Insane Clown, or maybe it was a Twisted shirt. And I was just like, oh boy.
I'm trying to remember which cousin it was that was. How long ago was this?
This is maybe 1 or 2, maybe. I don't want to say more than 5 years.
Okay, all right, yeah, okay. So now I know which cousin you're probably talking about.
Okay.
It's not a tender subject. I didn't even remember it was a thing.
Oh, I did. Was that like John and I were on a tear after that about it? Well, just talking to each other, having a little regular laughs about it.
Regular laughs about being down with ICP.
Yes.
I got something.
You do. You have 2 somethings
called emails.
Good morning.
Good morning. It's great to stay up late. If I had hazelnut coffee.
In less than an hour, aircraft from here will join
Steve!
others. Oh, sorry.
In the words of my generation, up yours. Speaking of up yours, I mean, I wanted to ask this when you were talking about dildos. Has anybody, like, does Pikachu have sex? And is Pikachu's organ the lightning bolt? Like, you mean
his tail?
Is there fanfic out there, or like?
Okay, I forget what rule of the internet it is, but I think it's maybe 30 something.
Yes, 37.
Let's just say rule 32 or maybe 35, something like that. I'm probably getting it wrong, but if you can think of it, there's porn of it on the internet.
Okay. So
yes,
somebody has done porn of Pikachu fucking somebody else with his. Pikachu
There could be a female Pikachu or a male Pikachu.
Somebody has done porn of Pikachu fucking somebody with their tail.
Well, no, maybe with his little Pika penis.
Pika penis.
Pika penis.
We got some emails clarifying from friend of the show, Leo, with some clarifications on episode number 101.
People that are really close to him call him nards.
Okay. So nards.
Wolfmen don't have nards.
Writes, Historical/geographical correction. English-speaking Guyana was/is very much on the South American continent and also a former part of the British Empire. Also, depending on how you define South America, I would also include the Falkland Islands, which are still under British control, in spite of an ugly conflict with Argentina over them. Truth be told, the British have never allowed the Spanish, or any other country for that matter, to keep them away from anywhere. Just see the attached map. It shows the 22 countries in the world that Britain hasn't invaded at some point. 22! Now total count for independent countries in the world can vary. Example, do you count Palestine or not? But the count is always around 200. That means that Britain has invaded better than 90% of the countries in the world. Time and time again, the limey, tea-swilling people of that drab, depressing little island have proven themselves to be the most violent, hostile, and brutally oppressive culture on the face of the earth. Cheers, Leo.
Brexit!
I am 1/4 British.
I think most people in this country are. Except for Leo, actually.
I always used to think I was more, but I'm not.
Leo is not.
He is not.
He's mostly Portuguese.
Oh, so he can shit talk the English.
Oh yeah,
and he just did. Shortly after that, a couple hours later, Leo sent forgot the postscript.
Yes, of course.
And say, Chris, you missed the most obvious analogy. If the Washington Monument is a penis, then the Jefferson Memorial is clearly a clitoris. Also, I'll henceforth call the clitoris the little Jefferson in the canoe.
Yeah.
Finally, if you want to see a very genital-looking building, check out this soccer stadium being built in Qatar.
Let me look at it.
Yeah, I defy you to look at that and not think of
it's like
lady parts.
It's like a vagina stadium.
Yeah, it's a vagina stadium.
It just doesn't work.
What, when I say it, it's not, no, the vagina stadium as a concept doesn't work.
No, I don't know. I don't know if I'd want to fuck this stadium.
Mm-mm. Would Pikachu?
With his little electric penis. Pika pika.
You can find the show notes for this episode at clarkwoods.com/hot/102. That's 102.
Holy shit, we're only 2 away.
Two away from what, Steve?
2 years.
From 2 years. And if you'd like to send us anything you'd like us to discuss on episode 103, the penultimate. Not penultimate.
No, penultimate, isn't that like the first one?
Or
the final lap?
The final, the one
final
right
before the final.
Well, like the final before the anniversary.
There was definitely contact between the two cars.
You can send that to hot@clarkwoods.com.
I don't think I made a direct One Piece reference this week.
This year.
Definitely this year.
Oh, gosh.
I'm sorry.
That would be a great supercut, but I don't know all of them, and I'm not going back through 52 episodes.
I only mentioned Treasure Cruise, so no. This will be one of the rare ones where I don't like. So you're not getting super hammered this week.
Okay.
At least Brian isn't.
If you'd prefer, if you fucking hate email and you prefer the Twitter, you can hit us up. I am at ECC1977.
And I'm at Tuesday is Loser. That's Tuesday, IS, Loser, all one word.
Very nice. Very, very nice.
I have to say that, but still, I get no more Twitter followers, except for occasional, bodybuilder guy or, weird, taking selfies of my backside lady.
Oh. She's my favorite.
Oh.
Oh, I like bodybuilder guy, too.
Yeah, he's a great follower. But he doesn't show his Pika penis.